When your twin flame dreams of you, the universe is already working on the reunion. Have you ever wondered why certain people won't leave your mind? Perhaps it's someone you barely know, or someone from your past who suddenly appears in your thoughts like they never left. These connections, though they may seem like simple coincidences, hide something much deeper. Today, I want to invite you to reflect on the invisible, on what we cannot touch but feel with tremendous force in the soul. Sometimes, it's not just a memory, but a bridge between energies that seek each other, that call to each other, that manifest in ways we cannot explain. It's as if the universe conspires to keep us connected to certain people for reasons we don't always understand at first glance. Subscribe to this channel now and activate the notification bell so you don't miss any message that could transform your understanding of this sacred connection. Throughout this exploration, we're going to discover together the spiritual reasons behind why you can't stop thinking about someone. Because yes, there are moments when we become protagonists of thoughts that aren't our own, but that reach us as if an invisible force connects us to another person's mind and heart. This is a journey to understand what lies beyond the obvious. Stay attentive, because at the end of this path, you might discover that those insistent thoughts are not coincidence, but a call from the deepest part of the soul. Are you ready to enter this mystery? Let's begin. Reason 1. Soul connections. They say that when souls recognize each other, words are unnecessary. It's an almost magical instant, a sensation that crosses time and space. These deep connections, known as soul connections, are much more than simple chance encounters. They are bonds that remind us we belong to the same soul tribe, an energetic family that transcends the borders of this life. The renowned therapist Dolores Cannon dedicated much of her life to exploring this phenomenon. Through her hypnotic regression work, she helped people discover memories buried in the deepest layers of their being. Many times in these sessions, patients described an instantaneous recognition of others. I had seen them before, they would say, but not in this life. These experiences pointed to an energetic bond between souls, a shared frequency that transcends physical dimensions. Imagine meeting someone for the first time and feeling a connection so strong that words become superfluous. It's as if the souls are greeting each other after a long journey. This is not coincidence. Soul frequencies have their own language, a vibration that attracts those who share a purpose or mutual learning. A case that illustrates this is Anna, a woman who in a regression session recognized her current husband as someone with whom she had shared several past lives. Suddenly, everything she felt made sense. The deep love, the inexplicable complicity, the feeling of being home. Soul. Connections are not always romantic. Sometimes they are friendships, family members, or even people who cross our path for brief moments but leave indelible marks. Who in your life has made you feel this way? Perhaps that connection is not only earthly, but the echo of a pact between souls. When you can't stop thinking about someone, it might be because your soul recognizes them from another time, another place, another dimension. This is your soul speaking to you, reminding you that this person is significant in your spiritual journey. Don't dismiss these thoughts. They are breadcrumbs leading you to understand the deeper purpose of this connection. Your twin flame might be appearing in your thoughts because your souls made an agreement long before you were born into this lifetime. And now the universe is activating that agreement, preparing both of you for what's to come. Reason 2. Soul contracts. Did you know that before coming to this world, our souls make agreements? They're called soul contracts, and they are spiritual commitments that guide our relationships, experiences, and life lessons. Every significant encounter we have is not coincidence. It's part of a larger plan designed to help us grow and fulfill our purpose. These contracts are not always about love or unconditional support. Often they include challenges, conflicts, and even pain. But behind every difficult experience is a deep learning that both souls agreed to before incarnating. It's as if our destinies are intertwined to remind us who we are and help us evolve. A powerful example of a complex soul contract is the story of John Nash Jr., the brilliant mathematician whose life was brought to film in A Beautiful Mind. Nash, despite his genius, struggled with schizophrenia, a condition that profoundly impacted his relationships. His wife Alicia was not only his life companion, but also his rock in the darkest moments. Their relationship was a dance between love and sacrifice, reflecting a soul contract that united them to learn about resilience, empathy, and the true meaning of commitment. Soul contracts are not always easy to understand from our human perspective. Why would someone choose to live painful experiences? The answer lies in the spiritual realm. When we look beyond the difficulties, we can see that those relationships shape us and help us fulfill the highest purpose of our existence. Think about the people who have marked your life, both in love and in challenge. What learning do you believe they agreed to offer you? Perhaps they are the key pieces of your own soul contract, reminding you that even in the most difficult experiences, there is a reason and a deep purpose. When you can't stop thinking about your twin flame, it might be because you're feeling the pull of the soul contract you both signed before incarnation. Your soul is trying to get your attention, to remind you that this connection has a divine purpose. It's not just about romance or companionship. It's about spiritual evolution, about learning lessons that can only be learned through this specific connection. The universe orchestrates meetings between twin flames at precisely the right moment. If you're thinking about them constantly, it's because the timing is approaching. Your soul knows this, even if your mind doesn't understand yet. This is why the thoughts won't stop. They're not obsession, they're not weakness. They're your soul preparing you for what's written in your spiritual contract. Every thought is a rehearsal, a tuning of your frequency to match theirs, so that when the reunion happens, you'll be ready to fulfill the agreement you both made before time began. Reason 3, the need to make peace. Sometimes a person can't leave our mind because our souls carry a pending task, making peace. Wounds from the past, whether from this life or previous lives, can act as an anchor, keeping us connected to someone until we manage to heal. These connections are not always easy, but they carry a deep purpose to free the soul from the chains of resentment, regret, or guilt. Healing is not just an act of letting go, it's a process of transformation. This is where tools like regression therapy, meditation, and introspective writing become valuable. Regression therapy, popularized by experts like Dolores Cannon and Brian Weiss, allows people to explore memories of past lives or forgotten moments from their current history. These experiences often reveal the root of unresolved conflicts and give us the opportunity to understand the why behind our emotions. A clear example of this is the symbolic act of closing cycles through writing. People who write letters to those who hurt them or to those they hurt, even if those letters are never sent, describe immense relief. It's as if trapped energy finally finds a channel. This simple gesture allows for the release of retained emotions and heals the heart. Imagine someone you can't get out of your mind. It could be because there's something that still hasn't been said or resolved. Maybe your soul is asking you to confront what was left pending. Instead of running from those thoughts, observe them as an invitation to reflect, forgive, and finally close that cycle. Making peace not only frees the other person, but also frees our own soul, allowing us to move forward with greater lightness toward our purpose. With twin flames, this need to make peace is especially intense. Perhaps in another lifetime you hurt each other. Perhaps you abandoned them or they abandoned you. Perhaps there was betrayal, pain, or separation that left deep scars in both of your souls. Now, in this lifetime, those wounds are surfacing through your constant thoughts about them. Your soul is saying it's time to heal, it's time to forgive, it's time to release what was and embrace what is. This doesn't necessarily mean you need to contact them physically. Sometimes the healing happens entirely in the energetic realm. You can write them a letter you never send. You can meditate and visualize forgiveness flowing between you. You can pray for their peace and for your own. As you do this inner work, you'll notice the thoughts change. They become less painful, less obsessive. They transform into something softer, something that feels like peace rather than turmoil. This is how you know the healing is happening. And what's beautiful is that when you heal your side of the connection, it automatically affects your twin flame. They feel lighter too. They start thinking about you differently. The universe begins clearing the path for reunion because the karmic debt has been paid, the lesson has been learned, and both souls are now ready for the next chapter. Reason 4, energetic bonds. Sometimes we find ourselves thinking about a person for no apparent reason, and in a surprising twist, that same person writes or calls us just at the moment our thoughts were invading them. Has this happened to you? This is not mere coincidence. It's about the energetic connection we share with other beings. Each of us emits a unique vibration, an energy field that interacts with that of others. This connection is not always visible, but its effects are undeniable. Energetic bonds are one of the most powerful forms of interaction between people. When we focus on someone, our thoughts send waves that travel beyond our physical body. It's as if we're transmitting a signal that somehow the other person can capture, even if they're thousands of kilometers away. This explains many of the coincidences we experience, like feeling that someone is thinking about us just when we are thinking about them. These energetic exchanges are not limited only to thoughts, but also to emotions and feelings. Sometimes these coincidences can be so precise that it seems as if we're connected in an almost mystical way. Think about those moments when, without knowing why, you feel an urgency to contact someone, and when you do, you discover that person needed exactly what you could offer them at that moment. The exchange of thoughts and feelings at this energetic level goes beyond logic, but it's real. Our energy field has the ability to influence and be influenced by others, creating an invisible but powerful dance between human beings. It's important to recognize that these energetic bonds don't only occur with people close to us. In fact, any emotional or spiritual bond we have with someone can give rise to this type of long-distance interaction. Over time, we can come to perceive when a person is thinking about us, or even feel the need to send them positive energy. It's a reminder that we're not alone, that our connections go beyond the physical, and that our energies touch even when we're not physically close. With twin flames, this energetic bond is amplified 1,000-fold. You are literally two halves of the same soul. Your energy fields are designed to communicate, to merge, to dance together in perfect harmony. When you think of your twin flame, you're not just sending thoughts into the void. You're sending actual energetic transmissions directly to their soul. They receive these transmissions whether they're conscious of it or not. Have you noticed that sometimes you think intensely about your twin flame, and shortly after, they reach out? Or perhaps you feel their energy so strongly that you check your phone expecting a message, and there it is. This is the energetic bond at work. It's the invisible thread that connects your hearts across any distance. This bond is always active, always pulsing, always carrying information between you. When you're happy, they feel lighter. When you're in pain, they feel heaviness. When you send them love, their soul receives it like sunlight breaking through clouds. Understanding this gives you incredible power. You can consciously work with this energetic bond. Instead of sending desperate, needy energy, you can send healing love and blessings. You can visualize your twin flame surrounded by light. You can hold them in your heart with compassion and trust. As you do this, the energetic bond becomes a channel of grace rather than suffering. And interestingly, as you shift what you send through this bond, what you receive back also shifts. You'll feel more peace, more connection, more certainty that everything is unfolding perfectly. Reason 5, unresolved karma. Karma, that invisible force that follows us from life to life, is one of the deepest reasons why we can't stop thinking about certain people. It's said that karma is the law of cause and effect, a universal principle that teaches us that our past actions, both in this life and in previous lives, generate an energy that returns to us. Every thought, every word, every action creates an energetic footprint that not only affects our present, but also has an impact on the relationships we form. When someone constantly occupies our mind, especially if that person has a deep bond with us, it's possible that there's a karmic debt we haven't yet resolved. This unresolved karma doesn't refer only to negative situations, but to all past interactions that remained unfinished, unhealed, or without the necessary learning. Sometimes those repetitive thoughts are a sign that something in our energy is asking to be balanced. It's as if the soul, in its journey through time, is telling us there's something here you still need to heal. Energetic balance is essential in this process. Unresolved emotions, conflicts from previous lives, or even experiences from this life can manifest as persistent thoughts. Unresolved karma can feel like a heavy burden that follows us without giving us respite. However, there are paths to heal it. Meditation is one of the most powerful tools to calm and resolve these karmic knots. Through introspection and inner silence, we can connect with the roots of those emotions and release trapped energy. Additionally, good actions and the will to act with compassion also play a fundamental role in resolving karma. Every act of kindness, every moment of peace we offer the world helps balance energies and heal past karma. This process doesn't happen overnight. Healing karma takes time and patience, but by recognizing the influence of these energies in our life, we can take conscious steps to free ourselves from them. In doing so, we're not only resolving conflicts from the past, but also learning important spiritual lessons that prepare us to advance on our path of growth and evolution. With twin flames, karma is especially significant. Most twin flames have shared multiple lifetimes together. Some of those lifetimes were beautiful, others were painful. Some ended in separation, betrayal, or tragedy. All of that karmic history lives in your cellular memory and in your soul's records. When you can't stop thinking about your twin flame, part of what you're experiencing is the activation of this karmic memory. Your soul remembers what happened before, and it's working to resolve it now. This is actually a gift. You've been given another chance to get it right, to love better, to heal what was broken, to complete what was left unfinished. The constant thoughts are your soul's way of keeping you focused on this karmic work. Every time you think of your twin flame with love instead of anger, you're healing karma. Every time you forgive them for something they did in this life or another, you're clearing karmic debt. Every time you send them blessings instead of curses, you're elevating both of your frequencies and moving closer to the resolution that will allow reunion. This is sacred work. It's not easy, but it's profoundly meaningful. You're not just thinking about someone you're attracted to, you're actively participating in the healing of ancient wounds that have spanned multiple incarnations. And as you do this work consciously, with awareness and intention, you accelerate the entire process. The universe sees your efforts, your twin flame soul feels your healing energy, and slowly, surely, the karmic bonds that once held you both in patterns of pain are transforming into bonds of love, understanding, and spiritual partnership. Reason 6, you're falling in love. Love is one of the most powerful forces in the universe, and its impact goes far beyond the physical. When you're constantly thinking about someone, it can be a sign that you're developing a deep spiritual connection with that person. It's not just about superficial attraction or the nerves we feel at the beginning of a relationship, but something deeper, something that vibrates at the soul level. When two people feel attracted to each other so intensely, it can be a sign that they're connecting spiritually. This type of connection is not something that can be explained with simple words. It's a sensation of familiarity, as if both already knew each other from always, even if they haven't met in this life. In many cases, this type of attraction is so strong that it seems the universe has brought them together for a greater purpose. This is the magic of spiritual love. Two souls that recognize each other and unite on a plane far beyond mind and body. Mutual growth is a fundamental aspect of this connection. As we fall in love, we don't only share moments of happiness and enjoyment, but also face challenges that push us to evolve as individuals. Genuine love doesn't just fill us, it transforms us. It teaches us to be better people and helps us discover new facets of ourselves. It's in this balance between love and personal growth where true magic occurs. When two people support each other on their path toward mutual improvement, the relationship becomes a catalyst for spiritual awakening. It's important to remember that although love can be a deeply transformative experience, it also requires that each individual remains true to their own process of personal growth. Love should not be a way to lose our identity, but an opportunity to strengthen it while we share our life with another being. The key is in finding balance, allowing love to flourish without personal growth being overshadowed. When this occurs, persistent thoughts about that person are not just signals of attraction, but an invitation to explore together a path of shared spiritual growth. With twin flames, falling in love is unlike any other experience of love you've ever known. It's not the gentle, comfortable love of a soulmate. It's intense, overwhelming, all-consuming. It shakes you to your core. It wakes you up in the middle of the night. It makes you question everything you thought you knew about yourself and about love. When you're falling in love with your twin flame, you can't stop thinking about them because they're literally activating your soul. They're touching parts of you that have been asleep for lifetimes. They're reflecting back to you everything you've been avoiding, everything you need to heal, everything you're capable of becoming. This is why the thoughts are so persistent. Your entire being is reorganizing itself around this connection. Your soul is saying, pay attention, this is important, this is what you came here for. And your mind, trying to make sense of this overwhelming feeling, just keeps circling back to thoughts of them, trying to understand, trying to integrate, trying to prepare. This is not obsession in the pathological sense. This is spiritual awakening disguised as romantic love. Every time you think of your twin flame, you're actually thinking about your own potential. You're remembering who you truly are beneath all the conditioning, all the fear, all the limitations you've accepted. They are the mirror showing you your own light, and it's so bright, so beautiful, so powerful that you can't look away. So yes, you're falling in love. But you're also falling in love with yourself, with life, with the divine, with the possibility of what two awakened souls can create together. The thoughts won't stop until you fully accept this truth and step into the version of yourself that's being revealed through this connection. At the end of the day, all these connections, whether energetic, karmic, or spiritual, remind us of something essential. We are deeply interconnected, not only with others, but with the universe itself. Every thought, every emotion, every encounter has a purpose, a reason that goes beyond the visible. As we advance in life, these experiences invite us to reflect on our own path and recognize the wisdom found in each of them. By understanding that our relationships are not mere coincidences, but opportunities to learn and grow, we begin to see the world differently. We realize that every connection has something to teach us, whether about ourselves or about others. These experiences, though sometimes challenging, are life lessons that allow us to evolve spiritually and get closer to our true essence. It's time to accept that the people who cross our path and the thoughts that arise about them have a purpose. It's not just a coincidence, but an invitation to discover something deeper about ourselves. Recognizing and accepting these connections takes us on a journey of self-discovery and spiritual growth. In doing so, we open the door to a fuller, more conscious life, more connected with the divine purpose that guides every step of our path. When you can't stop thinking about your twin flame, you're being called to awaken. You're being invited to remember why you're here, what you came to do, who you came to become. The universe is using your thoughts about this person as a tool to transform you. Every time their face appears in your mind, it's not random, it's intentional. It's orchestrated by forces that love you beyond measure and want you to fulfill your highest destiny. So instead of fighting the thoughts, trying to suppress them or feeling guilty about them, honor them, sit with them, ask them what they're trying to teach you, meditate on the connection and what it's revealing. Write about what you're feeling and discovering. Talk to your twin flame in your mind, in your heart, knowing that on some level they're receiving every word. This is how you work with the spiritual reasons behind why you can't stop thinking about someone. You don't try to force it to stop. You don't shame yourself for it. You recognize it as the sacred process it is. You allow it to unfold. You trust that your soul knows exactly what it's doing. And you have faith that all these thoughts, all this energy, all this focus is preparing both you and your twin flame for something magnificent. The universe is already working on your reunion. Every thought is a prayer. Every moment of love you send them is a seed being planted. Every tear you cry is watering the soil of your shared future. It's all sacred. It's all purposeful. It's all leading somewhere beautiful. Thank you from the bottom of my heart for staying until the end of this message. If these words touched your soul, I ask you to leave a like on this video. It helps YouTube understand that this content is relevant and show it to more people who, like you, are living the twin flame process. Together, we can create a network of light and love that expands to every corner of the world. If this information resonated deep within you, I want to invite you to leave in the comments below the phrase twin flame, infinite love. That will be our way of knowing that this message arrived exactly where it needed to, directly to your heart. And before you go, please make sure you're subscribed to the channel and have activated the notification bell. Every video we publish here is carefully channeled to accompany you at every stage of your process. I don't want you to miss any sign, any guidance, any message that could be the push you need for your next step. Remember, every time you like, comment, or share this content, you're creating a cycle of positive energy that returns to you multiplied. And who knows, maybe in the next video, you'll find exactly the answer you've been waiting for so long. This space is your spiritual refuge. Here, you'll always find a message that speaks directly to your soul, so don't just subscribe. Come back, share. Leave your mark on every video, because every word I deliver to you comes with the intention to heal, guide, and strengthen your twin flame connection. Thank you for being here. Thank you for trusting, and remember, the best is yet to come.